undoubtedly inspire us in our future endeavors. To our distinguished attendees, we will be truly grateful for your active participation and engagement in the entire sessions. Your enthusiasm and curiosity would have been the driving force behind the success of this workshop. It is your presence and contributions that will make this event both productive and enjoyable. We would also like to acknowledge the support of our university administration for their continued commitment to Faculty Development Center and for development of the faculty members across the globe. Your encouragement and resources make events like this possible and impactful. As we conclude today's inaugural session of the workshop, I hope you will leave with new perspectives, practical knowledge, and a renewed sense of enthusiasm for your professional journey. May the ideas and strategies to be shared here today help us all our quest to advance our fields and better serve our students and nation at large. Once again, thank you all for being here and for contributing to the success of this workshop. We look forward to seeing you at future events and counting our journey of growth and learning together. Have a wonderful day ahead and have a wonderful time ahead. Thank you all.
Now I request everyone to open your cameras for the group photograph. Everyone, please open your cameras.
Madam Lily,
Please, everyone.
please make it visible. All the participants, please. Now I am requesting everyone to stand up for the national anthem, please.
सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Thank you all. Now this is the end of our inaugural ceremony, and with the permission of our Director, Faculty Development Center, let us now proceed to start the technical program of the workshop. We have both two technical sessions. The first technical session will be handled by a renowned educationist of our country, Professor Bhujendranath Panda sir. Sir, I think you are here.
Available.
Yes, sir. Namaskar, sir. So before going to start this session, let me introduce our resource person for the first technical session, Professor Panda sir. मुझे लगता है कि मैं सर के बारे में क्या कहूँ, सर तो सबके लिए एक मॉडल है एंड मोस्टली more than 70% participants are from Odisha who have joined in this virtual platform. And we for formal introduction process, let me introduce sir, Professor Bhujendranath Panda sir. He is the former Professor of Education, Dean of Research, former head from the Department of Education, Regional Institute of Education, NCERT Bhubaneswar. The specialization of sir is on teacher education, research methodology, tribal education, assessment and program evaluation, psychology of education, and educational studies. Sir has more than 35 years of experiences. He has served in Utkal University, Arunachal University, which is known as Rajiv Gandhi University currently, Itanagar, Arunachal Pradesh, Kurukshetra University, Haryana, and he has been retired from his service from the Regional Institute of Education, NCERT Bhubaneswar, last year on 30th September 2023. Recently, sir has joined as an adjunct professor of education in Indian Institute of Technology, Bhubaneswar, Odisha. If you go through the publication part of sir has more than 120 papers published in different national and international journals and in different proceedings also. Sir has presented more than 200 papers in national and international seminars and conferences. To his credit, sir has 43 students under him who have been awarded PhD degree in education from Utkal University. Even sir has guided 15 MPhil students and 58 M.Ed students under his direct and active guidance. Sir has completed more than 25 major and minor research projects which have been financed by NCERT, University Grants Commission, MHRD, and Government of Odisha. Sir has also different other academic contributions. Sir has been actively engaged himself in course preparation for 4-year BSc B.Ed degree, BA B.Ed degree, more than 25 major and minor research projects which have been financed by education program, University Diploma course in guidance and counseling program, and even he has designed the course related to the PhD work in education. Academic contributions. Sir has also another administrative responsibilities which was assigned to him during his tenure at Regional Institute of Education. Sir was the academic bursar and in charge of the academic section. Sir was also the advisor of Students' Council, and sir was also in charge of the computer section. Even sir has completed the duty of warden and chief warden within the premises of Regional Institute of Education. Even sir has led the Department of Education as head. Sir has acted as coordinator of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan. Even sir has completed coordinator work of continuous and comprehensive evaluation. Even sir has looked into the matter of quality right to education program. Sir has completed 5 years as convener of research committee, as institute advisory board, as a member, and as dean of research. In addition to all these, sir has been the member of 17 professional bodies, and he has also served as chairman of Board of Studies in Education, and Discipline Resource Committee in Education of Utkal University. Sir has published books. Sir has given consultancy to NCTE, NGO, universities, College of Teacher Education, Institute of Advanced Studies in Education, even to the SCRT and other academic institutions when it was required by those organizations. Even Sir has completed the task of keynote speakers as chief guest. Even Sir has chaired different academic sessions in more than 250 national and international conferences, seminars and academic forums. Sir has acted as resource persons and boards of study member, examiner of Assam Central University, Andhra University, Sambalpur University, Utkal University, Osmania University, Calcutta University, Vishwa Bharati, Santiniketan, Lucknow University, Gandhigram University, Rajiv Gandhi Central University, Patna University, Pandit Ravi Shankar University, Guru Ghasidas University, Sagar University, Barampur University, and many other universities which have been established throughout the country. Even Sir has foreign visits to Oslo, Norway, Bangkok, Seoul, United Kingdom, Canada, and Sir has also visited United States of America to the University of Albany, Claremont, Western Michigan, Los Angeles, etc. Even Sir has visited Germany, France, Italy, Switzerland, Czech Republic, Austria and Netherlands for personal academic activity. This we can be able to know how the experience Sir has. So we have such a dignitary, such a person with us. So I request you, sir, and on behalf of Faculty Development Center, Sri Dev Suman Uttarakhand University, I welcome you to this academic discourse, to this academic workshop. Welcome you, sir. Now the time is all yours. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. And I think somebody is speaking. Kindly ask not to speak. Sunita Acharya is speaking.
Madam Sunita Acharya, please unmute yourself. Sorry, please mute yourself. Sir.
I request everybody to kindly mute. We will have a discussion maybe for 1 hour or 1 hour 15 minutes. So all the respected friends, those who are attending this program, so all the respected VC of Sri Dev Suman Uttarakhand University, Professor Joshi ji, and Professor Rawat. He was also the Director, Campus Welfare. Professor Thomar, Anita Thomar, Director, Faculty Development Council. All the deans, faculty, respected colleagues, and presently the coordinator and the deputy director and the head of the department, Dr. Atal Bihari Tripathi ji. So additional things that Professor Bimal, who is also another speaker, all the respective colleagues. So I'll be confining myself 1 hour and 15 minutes, maybe 1 hour. I'll be 3 things I'll be discussing. Why you are worried about sustainable development? What is the need of having the sustainable development in the present juncture? What is the problem and why we are in need of? First point. Second aspect is that what we can do through education. How education can help to develop the ideas, knowledge, skills, values, and changes in attitude for helping to become a sustainable development society. What is the role of the education and what education can do? And third thing is that what is the government of India, or we can say that how India is achieving sustainable development program. What are the programs we are having in the present context in our own country to help sustainable development future? So 3 things, maybe 25 minutes or 20 minutes each, or maybe 15 or 16 minutes each on each aspect, so that we'll have a very comprehensive, and all the things will be related to national education policy, because it is a policy which has given us the best informations to help us to become a successful individual and become a very acceptable individuals in the society. And on the basis of that, sustainable development problems which we are having, that can be controlled, and we can able to not only live in our own society peacefully, even the future generation, those who will be coming, they also have to live sustainable, while they will be also having some claims to maintain themselves effectively in the sustainable development in the future times to come. So friends, we are having a lot of problems in the society. In technological aspect, we are having problems. Sociological aspect, we are having problems. Economic aspect, we are having problems. Global related issues, we are also having problems. Climate related issues, we are also having problems. So economic, global, climate, environmental, ecosystem, everywhere, we are having some problem in the present generation facing. So that is why we are discussing. Because how to control all these difficulties, and we can say that rapid changes in the areas of every sphere, creating a confusion in our own mind. Because already, if we have to see World Education Commission 1987, they have already said what Madam, that is Anita Madam was saying, that development that meets the need of the present without compromising the ability of future generation. We have to live with the present, but will not give any difficulties to the future generation. So that is to be taken care of. That is why we are worried for the sustainable development, because that is the need of the day. So that is why education, because what our respected VC Sahab was saying, education becomes a tool on the basis of which we can change the mindset. We can give knowledge, we also can change the mindset, we can give the values, we can give the skills, we can give the competencies, and we can give the better ideas, so that the people will change their attitude, so that whatever production, consumption they are doing, they have to maintain an equilibrium. So inequality and equilibrium, that is to be separated, and that is to be controlled through education. So that is why education is a very, very effective, or education can play a very major impact role in our own life to change everything which we are having difficulties. That is why education is more than a tool for personal development. It is also means for fostering global citizenship and responsibility in an interconnected world. The consequences of sustainable development education nurtures in a very different manner. That is to be seen effectively in the present context. So what I want to say that the inequality, social inequality we are having, social issues we are also having, resource depletions we are also having, and different type of complexity we are having. But how to control that? What education, or what we can do in the present juncture, or what has been already given in the National Education Policy in 2020, in through education, how we can able to do everything for our own benefit as well as for the future generations. So friends, there are that we can say that sustainable development in education is a multifaceted approach that not only impart knowledge and skills, but also cultivate values and attitude crucial for creating a more sustainable and equitable future. So friends, that is the concept of sustainable development, that we have to impart knowledge, we have to impart the skills to the present generation, we have to cultivate the values, we have to cultivate the attitudinal changes to control the complex global challenges, including environmental degradation, social inequalities, and economic instability in the society. That education can bring, that education can give them the best, and through that all these depletions, inequalities, and difficulties or instability, at least we'll be thinking and presuming ourselves that we can control that. That is why from the grassroots level, whatever system of education we are having, or that National Education Policy 2020 has already given in every stages of education, So our system of education will be totally different. Planning will be different. Ideas will be giving different. That what we are saying, that knowledge is not required. Skill and competency. That means we can say that every individuals, they have some knowledge, because what respected VC was saying about that through multidisciplinary approach, and we can say that the vocational education, even we can say that through soft skills, even we can show that different type of programs, the project and the research and the real applications of knowledge in the day-to-day life. Whatever theoretical knowledge we will be getting, we have to transfer and transmit into the practical form, so that the society will be getting benefit out of it. So that is why the importance of education for sustainable development is very, very important. In this context, education is an indispensable tool in addressing the profound challenges posed by the modern world. So what education? That the climate change is a problem, environmental degradation is a problem, social inequality is a problem, and resource scarcity is a problem. So everything is there, every problem is there. So as a educational or as a person's, through education in every stage, from the grassroots to the higher education, we have to provide some basic ideas and changing the mindset of the individual, so that the problematic situation, they will be trying to reduce it to some extent. We cannot 100 to 100%, it is not possible to change everything. So that is what education can do. Education can give 10 to 12 different ways and means, because through education, we can control to some extent something. Because every educated person, some people are blind, also educated people are blind, some educated people are also good. So we have to reduce the blindness, corruption-free society. Even if every stage, some people are doing like that. You have to see the examples of the country. Many persons, after getting education, they are doing corruption. So that is also one of the problems for sustainable development. More people, one person will be rich, another person will be poor. Inequalities. We don't want to maintain so we have to maintain equilibrium and equality as far as possible in every sphere of the human life. So what important, that is why importance of education, sustainable development. First one is making them aware what we are doing. Really it is needed, the production, consumption, everything we have to complete, or should we keep something for the future generation? Whatever is available, we have to take everything in the planet? No. That is why education serves as a cornerstone for raising awareness about the complex interwoven challenges which we are facing. So that complex problems which we are having, to maintain that, to changes that type of complex problem to equilibrium, education is one of the means. So through education, sometimes some ways and means, the attitudinal changes we have to make them, and we have to give some skills, because now lot of new ideas are emerging through education. So the critical thinking abilities, what Tripathi or Atal was saying, that means innovative way of doing something, because we are having, because Government of India, there are 17 sustainable goals which has been already given, that every goal is having something or the other in our own country to control, make it very, that means equal with every respect. So that is why, so through education, so education can give some awareness and attitudinal changes on the part of the individual to maintain equilibrium. Unfortunately, even though we are providing good quality educations in the multidisciplinary setup, from very basic education to university setup, but some people are not taking it very seriously. Because out of 100, if we have to say, at least 20% friends, even though they are getting educations, they are not well aware. They are not skilled and competency. They are not interested to change their values. They are not interested to change their attitude. So then nothing will happen. That is why some problems always will be there. But anyhow, it is a weapon through which we can change. We'll be trying, because majority, maybe 80% or 85% people, they will get proper awareness about what is the problem and how to control that through different ways and means. Definitely, our sustainable development goals can be achievable. So that is one of the things, raising awareness among the individuals about the problems and difficulties in every sphere to control that. That is one of the aspects must be taken care of. The second aspect through education, we can say that critical, fostering critical thinking ability among the students, because we don't want to make them to mug up the things and reproducing at the time of examination. So fostering critical thinking ability, because sustainable development education fosters the development of critical thinking and problem solving ability, and equipping individual to analyze, integrate issues and make informed decision. Because you see, problems may be there, environmental problem or resource depletions or inequality in the society. We don't have only one single answer how to control the inequality. Multiple answers can be there. So that is why the critical thinking ability, problem solving ability, which is the cornerstones of national education policy. If you have to see different type of pedagogical means or approaches, the critical thinking, creative thinking and divergent thinking ability is to be empowered of all the students in every stages. That is why in the pattern of question, the pattern of teaching, it must be student based, it is happening, but it must be experiential in nature. That is why the critical thinking ability through education we can change if hands-on experience, and we can say that involvement on the part of the learner will be there, so they can able to understand many new issues and they can apply their own knowledge how to control difficulties and inequalities and how to make them equal in the society. Or wherever, maybe a particular village you take care of, an example of a village, lot of difficulties are there. Some people are rich, some people are educated, some people are agricultural, some people are businessmen, some people are farmers, some people are illiterate, some people are not doing anything. So inequalities are happening. But through education, if we can provide a correct education, very good education for the grassroots level, the day one, a small child which is happening, entering at the age of 3 now, so we can say that foundational stage, if that critical thinking ability will be pouring in the minds of the small child, when the child will be grown up to become a successful, a very, very mature individual. So hopefully the ideas, thinking will be totally changed. So on the basis of that, he or she can able to find out the correct things what is to be taken care of in the society. At least, so if 90% people will bring correct things, hopefully country will be very high in the ranging towards the higher side. So that is why, so critical thinking, problem solving ability and creative thinking, that knowledge only can be possible if somebody is in hands-on experience and experiential learning. Person has to involve, so education can only give that. So in the classroom, that is, the teacher can have to provide not verbal speaking, so hands-on experience, the sitting arrangement of the classroom, and the way of interaction between the students. Students has to be given lot of empathy. Through education, if we can able to develop a critical, if we nurture the critical thinking ability, so it can definitely, directly or indirectly going to help for the sustainable development in future in a positive direction. Because we want to govern ourselves in a positive direction and helping our future friends, those will be coming to the society, they should live happily. So we are responsible for that. That is why education, through critical education, through critical thinking, through problem solving ability, that is the basic fundamental issues which has been given emphasis in the national education policy. So that is to be emphasized at every stages of education, from the foundation to the university level. If we are doing that, so everybody will be able to get something or the other. So that is one of the second aspect, that education can foster the critical thinking ability and experience and knowledge, helpful for changing the inequalities and helping the reductions of environmental degradation or anything happening in the society. The third point, what education? That promoting sustainable lifestyle. Education can give that promoting sustainable lifestyle. Education is a catalyst for promoting sustainable lifestyles and behaviors. By instilling values and behaviors that prioritizing sustainability, it encourages responsible consumption and responsible conservation and sustainable resource management. So education, the three things we can able to import or input we can give in the minds that how to make how to encourage a responsible consumption, responsible conservation, and responsible sustainable resource management. So that education can give, because education is not a single monopoly to any single individual is given. When something is told to students in the class, it is for uniformity. It is not first bench or second bench or last bench. It is for everyone. So that is why sustainable, that means a lifestyle, that promoting sustainable lifestyle, consumption, conservation, and sustainable resource management, if we can able to do that perfectly, so hopefully it can give indirectly that what we are doing in a society, we should not have to do that. So that is our main intention. The sustainability or happiness or helping the nation to grow or helping the whole world in a very different manner to live in the society, that three, consumption, conservation, and resource management, that ideas can come through education. That is a sustainable lifestyles that education can give, because that is the only weapon, that is the only tools through which everything can be achievable. But we have to take and we have to put our educators or the learners accordingly in the educational platform. If we can able to do that, so hopefully everything will be achievable in the future. So that is why critical thinking ability, sustainable, we can say, lifestyles is to be maintained through education. And education can give building a global citizenship. That means the whole world is now one. Whether we are in USA or UK, whether we are in Australia or India or Canada or Germany, or we can say that South Korea, makes no difference. So that building that interaction with the whole humanity throughout the world, education can do that. Now suppose, say for example, what I was looking, that 60 or 70 friends are sitting. We are not sitting in one place. Maybe somebody may be in Odisha, somebody may be Uttarakhand, somebody may be some other place. So we are also participating. But anyhow, so like that, education can have a very global, maintaining a very good global citizenship. What is happening in USA for sustainable development, what is happening in Africa for sustainable development, what is happening in China and what is happening in Afghanistan or in Australia, we can able to share immediately. We can know among ourselves. So education, we can say that sustainable development education is instrumental in building a sense of good citizenship, a good global citizenship and responsibility. So that is the need of the day, because we have to see that whole world is one and everybody is dependent on everyone, whole environment is one, and whole development is to be accordingly. No nations that I should, that means advanced and underdeveloped. So through education, underdeveloped to become an advanced one also will be helping. The helping attitude, sharing attitude, education can give that type of values, that type of thinking will be poured in the minds of the individual, so that there will be less inequality. That is the need of the day. That is a building global citizenship. Education can give that type of feelings in the minds of the individual. That is also, we can say that the broader human and ecological community is to be enhanced. Then we can say that education encouraging informed decision making. Through education, the faculties of the mind, your conscious layer of the mind, conscious, unconscious, so conscious layer of the mind, the informed decision making, the 10% is the conscious layer of the human mind, that is to be promoted. So education can do that. Education can change from ignorance to development of something. That is why education provides individuals with the knowledge and analytical skills to make informed decision, judicious decision. You see, suppose our judiciary at the district level, or we can say that at the state level, at the central level, different type of judiciaries are there. Same particular problem, if we are putting into three different places, sometimes three different people are giving three different type of, that means judgment. But what I want to say that our decision making capability can help us for developing enhancing the decision making capability, because education can contribute for sustainable development, that if we can able to have a very positive decision making ability we should have. Because whether we should cut a tree or not, if somebody will ask, many person okay, cut it, somebody will say no need to cut. So that is why education encourages we can inform decision making, that is the need of the day. So that is happening. So that type of spirit and culture is to be nurtured in the minds of the individual. Then education can foster interdisciplinary understanding, because sustainable development inherently multidisciplinary, encompasses environmental, economic and social dimensions. So that is why everybody is interdependent. Nobody is that means totally 100% independent from one another. Because sometimes you just see every individual, even a village, every family to another family, there is a cohesive relationship. Positive relationship have to be maintained. So if interdependence understanding, that means fostering interdisciplinary understanding, only education can give that. And so that a sustainable development can possible in the society. So that is why fostering interdisciplinary understanding, it can promote a holistic type of understanding of sustainability issues. Because when 5 or 10 people from different parts, suppose now we are sitting together to discuss about sustainable development, so that all the interdepartmental or inter-discussion, if there is if the same university where people are organizing, there may be different type of department. If they can discuss among the new thing may emerge, how to have a sustainability in the society. So that means education can able to that. Sitting, whether it's a formal education or it may be we can say distance mode, it makes no difference. But when there is a discussion, education can provide a platform for discussion, and that input which will be having sharing among the individuals. So the interdisciplinary understanding, a different type of feelings will enter, and that can help for sustainable development of the society. That is one of the role of education. That is also find a place in the national, that is they are saying they are multidisciplinary, interdisciplinary, monodisciplinary, that education system, which one is to be given emphasis in the present juncture. Everywhere they are saying that multidisciplinary education, because multiple people can have a different type of ability and ideas as compared to monodisciplinary system of education. One man, 3 men, there is a difference. One man is speaking on a particular issue, 3 persons are talking on the same issue, there may be new things emerge. That is why multidisciplinary and different type of biodiversity, nowadays we are saying that we are interdisciplinary, biology as well as that biochemistry, biology and chemistry, 2 departments. So when there is a discussion, so 2 things emerge. Or when now the research is taking care of multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary approaches. Many people from different disciplines. My special super area is X, so I have to give my best ideas on this research. Because now research is very different form is to be taken care of. That is why education can encourage multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary approaches, giving new ideas and new thought processes for solving the problem for sustainable development. That is one of the issues must be taken care of. Then education can resilience, education can strengthening the resilience. What is that? Now sustainable development education helps communities and societies become more resilient in the face of environmental and social changes. Because we have to see that it equips individual with the adaptability and problem solving skills required to address emerging challenges due to particular environmental problems or societal changes in the society. Because we have to have a reconciliation education. Because how to? Because somebody is 2 families, say for example in a particular village, 2 families, one is educated, suppose another one is not educated. Do you think that non-educated, not formal education cannot be possible to give contribution for related to that environmental sustainable problems. Some may also have some ideas. We should not ignore. That is why reconciliations, even if we are having differences, but education can bridge the differences, help us to maintain equilibrium and provide opportunities for enhancing our own ideas and address emerging challenges which are coming in front of us. Say for example, when there was that COVID 2019, you have to remember, many persons they died, but many persons they also extended their support by coming forward to extend help. So that philosophy, that emerging, that relationship development feelings can be possible through education. But education directly or indirectly helping everyone for resilience and reducing the problematic situation. Even if somebody has not got formal education, somebody has got formal education, through that means through enhancing the capabilities, we can able to reduce the difficulties of our own society. That is why education prepares for future careers. You see what we can say, that as the world transition towards a more sustainable future, there is a growing demand for professionals with expertise in sustainability related fields. So education in sustainable development not only prepare individuals for careers in areas such as renewable energy, environmental conservation or sustainable business, but also enhances their employability as an evolving job market. That is why, so through education we can say that the future, that preparing for future careers, new now thousands and thousands of new emerging areas are emerging in the present context, which may have some adverse impact on the society, which may be just not helping for our sustainable development, which may be negative. Because you see that Ukraine and US, that is Russia war, or happening in the present context, that is Hamas versus that is Israel, destruction. So that is not the way of accepting. So education, but why there is a discussion is happening that we should reduce or we should control, we should stop, we should now convince both the party. Lot of destruction is happening. People are dying. Lot of resources are going wastage. People are, so through education, through means, so people are trying to control that there should not be any sorts of differences. There should not be any sorts of further, that means deteriorations in the society. So that is why education is helping not only to give you a job, also helping in the different advanced areas how to control the bad things and making it more renewable energy. Suppose, say for example, because you have to give an example of Bhubaneswar. Say for example, in Bhubaneswar, the waste materials, it is dumped in a particular place near to our place. You might have known that science school located in Bhubaneswar. So now processing part, because somebody has got education and having a machine, so they are processing it, making it compost and many other new, that means changing the whole bad environment to the good one. So education. So that is why we can say that education can provide not only our future concerns, not only provide a job, rather also directly or indirectly helping for sustainable development of the society. That is to be encouraged, and education, and in that national education policy is doing that. Long-term economic benefit also. Education give a long-term economic benefits. Sustainable development education is a key driver of long-term economic benefits. It equips individuals and societies with the knowledge and skills needed to address resource constraint and environmental challenges. You see, there are environmental challenges and resource. Suppose, say for example, suppose this one day seminar, suppose physical mode and distance mode, online mode and physical mode, but resource constraint and resource to control to apply. So through maintain or channelizing the resources in the proper effective manner. So what I want to say that long-term economic benefits. So education can give not only short-term, long-term economic benefit. And through long-term economic benefit, we can say that we can address resource constraint and environmental challenges, many other challenges happening in the society. So that education can directly or indirectly giving economic benefits as well as controlling the challenges of the society. That is why education is much more powerful weapon. And we can say that social equity, addressing the social equity also. Because through education, education for sustainable development is a powerful tool for addressing social equity. Because education can bridge the social and economic disparities by ensuring that marginalized communities have access to knowledge and opportunities for education. Because why there is we can say that we are having that reservation policy, because we have to make them at par with every individual, at par in the society. So that is why education can advance social equity, economic equity, long term we can say that economic benefit, and on the basis of that inequality will be reduced. That is why we can say that access to knowledge and providing opportunities for sustainable development, that ideas leading to fairer and more just society. Education can do that. That is why education is, so what we can say that the key strategies for transformations of sustainable development goals, we can say that curriculum integrations and interdisciplinary curriculum we have to provide through education. So we can say that what are the key strategies that in the national education policy, that integrations of sustainable concept in the curriculum. It is not bad things. We have to put it, our curriculum have to be changed, and it is to be integrated, and it is to be interdisciplinary, it is to be multidisciplinary. The concept of integrating sustainable concept and issues across the curriculum, not a separate, so maybe we can say fostering interdisciplinary approach to education. So education can do that. So through curriculum, we can put them, we can make them aware, and we can give a correct decision-making approach, and we can say that a problem-solving ability in the minds of the individual. So that is also need of the day. And we encourage the development of courses and programs that bridge traditional disciplinary boundaries and promoting a holistic understanding of sustainability. Because we are having very demarcated way of discipline. But now sustainability requires a multidisciplinary and interdisciplinary approaches. So that we have to there in our curriculum, a different type of setup we are planning nowadays. The different new programs emerging, older one into new one, making a very different form of the curriculum which will be addressing the sustainable problems or holistic understanding of sustainability. That is also happening. That then experiential learning and practical application, what respected Vice Chancellor say, experience and practical application that we have to give, that we can say emphasize hands-on experience, we can say that, such as that internship or field work or service learning to connect the students with the real world sustainability challenges. So we have to go to the place where the problems are there and ask the students to help them for reductions of the problem. That is why experiential learning and practical application, that is a must, and on the basis of that we can able to change the landscape of the society in different form. Then global perspectives and cultural awareness. What we should do that? We promote global citizenship education, exposing students to diverse world views. Diverse world views, not only diverse culture and perspectives of sustainability. That is why a global perspective education nowadays is giving in the teachers training program, so that people will get lot of ideas. Then we can say that fosters empathy and cultural sensitivity. So we have to promote that, we have to address sustainability issues in a global context and promoting cooperations on a global scale. So that is why our curriculum is to be handled, our curriculum is to be designed differently for enhancing the global perspectives and cultural awareness program. Prashant Kumar, kindly mute your microphone, please. So what I want to say is that develop not only that innovative pedagogical approaches. So what we are doing, innovative teaching methods. In the present context, we are using technology, flipped classroom, gamification, encourage and motivate the students for addressing the problems. So that is why promote active learning and inquiry-based approaches is essential parameter for education to maintain sustainability in different form in the society. That is why you might have, all of us might have known that in the teacher training and professional development programs, about 8 or 9 themes have been given by the UGC. So we can say that the providing training and support for educators to equip them with the necessary knowledge and skills to reach sustainability effectively. So every teacher educators in the professional development program must have an understanding about the sustainability. That is what we are doing today. Is it correct? Or we are going to complete everything? Or we will be keeping something for our future generation? So that ideas, if the teacher is going to get, ultimately it will be replicated down to the students, and hopefully whole lessons will get the benefit out of that. That is why in the teachers training program, not only one concept is taught, 7 or 8 important dimensions of national education policy. The sustainability is also taught, multidisciplinary education is also taught. So that on the basis of that, we can say that promoting ongoing professional development to keep teachers updated and emerging sustainability, that means topics and teaching techniques. So if they will know many new ideas, education can give new ideas. Education, through education, we can able to have a large number of pedagogical approaches. So that on the basis of that, the once teacher is well equipped, so ultimately the ideas will be percolated down to the classroom setup. That is one of the things. So that is also happening. So that is there. Then community engagement and partnership program. We have to have a partnership program to the community. In the teacher education programs, that working with the community, we are doing it. But here, a collaborative with local communities, even the NGOs, non-governmental organization, even the business people, or in the government agencies, to create opportunities, mixing together. If we have to, because a community, a platform, many persons, whether it is a government or NGO or local communities, all have to meet and design their sustainable living in a village. Depends upon that. That is why a community engagement program, if the students, they will go for the community, participating in the community involvement program, helping the community for different ways. Hopefully that practical knowledge will help them to maintain a sustainable future in a positive direction. That is why build partnership with external organization to bring real world expertise in the educational process is a must. We have to have a global, that means nowadays virtually we can get many new ideas from the virtual platform from different parts of the world, how to maintain equilibrium and sustainable future for our future generation. That is why a community engagement program and partnership with n number of individuals and organizations, hopefully directly or indirectly, is helping us to become a sustainable future in a positive manner. Even we can say our policy and institutional support, what Tripathi or Atal was saying about institutional support. Suppose they have organized this particular program. It requires a lot of support. Vice Chancellor have supported, Dean have supported, faculty have supported, we got professional development program, community have supported. So they might have discussed. So on the basis of that, a larger ideas coming in. That is why policy, that advocate for policy changes at the national and institutional level to enhance sustainability in education. That type of feelings we can say that. That is why some resources might have been allocated for organizing this particular program. Funding to support sustainability initiative in educational institution. That is also one approach. That some small fund will be helpful for discussing whatever we are discussing, whether it is going to the minds and brains of the friends or not. So that discussion, definitely that sustainability initiative discussion is one parameter on the basis of which we can have a sustainable futures in the society. So even that what our respected Vice Chancellor Joshi ji was saying, innovations and research. We have to encourage research on education for sustainable development to identify best practices and innovative approaches. Even so, promoting experimentation. So all these different type of research activities have to be initiated in the society. Even we can say that for sustainable example for sustainable development goals for India is making significant progress towards sustainability. The 17 sustainable goals. So say for example, goal 1, what is that? That is no poverty. What the government of India has done for achieving no poverty? You see, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. There are many provides employment to rural households, helping reduce poverty by guaranteeing 100 days of wage employed every year. That is one of the scheme. No poverty or no poverty. That is some program that is indirectly helping the people to live in the society. 100 days guarantee program for their own sustainability. Even the goal 2, that is we can zero hunger. What we have done in the country? We can national food security programs. National food security programs or government of India has introduced mid-day meal scheme. We can say that when mid-day meal scheme, the public distribution system, PDS system, mid-day meal scheme or National Food Security Act, these are all essential parameters for reducing, that means zero hunger in the society. Or we can good health and well-being, that is the goal. National Health Mission, you can say that. Ayushman Bharat, presently the government of India has introduced that those who are 70 years, irrespective of anything, caste, creed, color, sex or any type of. So we can say that good health and well-being, that is also to be maintained, sustainable development. That is why healthcare services focusing on maternal, that is the child health, disease prevention programs, all these things are also happened by the government of India. That is also one of the initiative for sustainable development. Gender equity, we can, the women empowerment scheme, we can say, Suraksha Samriddhi, something like that, I am not able to, Suraksha Samriddhi Yojana or something like that. That is also the protections of the women. So that is a gender equality is happening. Even Women and the Domestic Violence Act, we can say that for the security of the women. What is happening in the West Bengal? That is that RG Kar hospital, women protection, that demanding. So what I want to say that through Beti Bachao and Beti Padhao, there is a program so that gender equality, government of India is planning. That is also one of the things happening in the education, through education. Clean water or not only that, clean water and sanitation. Also that Jal Jeevan Mission, something like that. Jal Jeevan Mission is also one of the scheme which has been introduced by the government of India for providing clean water and sanitation. Even we can say that quality education, Right to Education Act amended, or we can say that the Samagra Shiksha Abhiyan, Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan, previously district primary education program, these are all, we can say, the initiative by the government of India for sustainable development, because we have to have a good people, quality education, and we can say that gender equality must be maintained, clean water must be provided to the individuals. Even we can say that affordable and clean energy. Now the International Solar Alliance we happen in the society, that now solar panels have been given lot of facilities for controlling that means clean energy in the society. Government of India has introduced, or Pradhan Mantri Ujjwala Yojana, something like that. They have also introduced free LPG, that means LPG connection to rural household people. That is also, we can say, the affordable and clean energy. Decent work and economic growth, one of the goal. The startup of India, and we can stand up of India, make in India, skill India. These are all initiatives happen for decent work and economic growth. The startup, stand up, make in India, skill India, all the things are happening. Then we can industry, innovations and infrastructure. That means we can say that some different type of project the government of India has already plotted for developing the infrastructure. Even Atal Innovation Mission promoting a culture of innovations and entrepreneurship. And we can say that Digital India campaign. All these innovations are happening for enhancement of the sustainable development of the future. Reduce inequality. The scheme like National Social Assistance Program and Direct Benefit Transfer, that is DBT, Direct Benefit Transfer, aims to support marginalized communities, reducing income inequalities. That is one of the things Government of India is introducing. Sustainable cities and communities, one of the goal. That Atal Mission for Rejuvenations and Urban Transformation, Smart Cities Scheme, Smart City Mission, all the things are happening. That is why we responsible consumption and production. That Atal Mission for Rejuvenations and Urban Transport. Even we can say that the Plastic Waste Management Scheme, responsible consumption, and Swachh Bharat Abhijan. These are all, we can say that for changing, encouraging responsible consumption, recycling, and sustainable waste management practices are happening. That is the Government of India is doing. Then climate action, that is also one of the goals. The India's National Action Plan on Climate Change addresses climate adaptations and mitigation. So what I want to say is that India has committed to reducing carbon emissions under the Paris Agreement and launched National Solar Mission for achieving this. That is why we can say that is also, even we can say that life below water, the National Fisheries Policy and initiative like Namami Gange program or National Plan for Conservation of Aquatic Ecosystem, that is also helpful for maintaining the sustainable development goals. Life on the land, the Compensatory Accommodation Fund Management and Planning Authority, Green India Mission, all the things are happening for life on the land so that we can live peacefully and happily. Peace, justice and strong initiative. What is happening? Whole world is disturbed now because of war. So the E-Code project or Digital India initiative also helping. So what I want to say that partnership program, India actively engages in the global partnership, in the coalitions of disaster resilient infrastructure or Southeast relationship cooperations or the different type of BRICS programs. All these are happening because we want to live comfortably in the society. We want to have a sustainable living in the society. So these examples, we can say that India's illustrations, not only that, whole world is also happening. That is, we can say that, we can say that is Bhutan Gross National Happiness Curriculum, also happening. Green schools in Indonesia and sustainability education in Finland. The United Nations Universal Institute for the Advanced Study of Sustainability, that is also happening. So that is why whole world, whether India, whether it is a developing world or underdeveloped world or a developed one totally, so all are concerned for enhancing or all are concerned for understanding about the sustainability, how the society, how the individual will live happily in the society peacefully. So in the National Education Policy 2020, it has given lot of emphasis in the teachers training program, in curriculum advancement program, in assessment and evaluation practices, in the digital initiative, in the economic and stand-up India. Everywhere we are trying to maintain an equilibrium and balance in the society. That is why India is playing a very global or a very influential role in the whole world. So what I want to say that education for sustainable development is not a luxury but a important initiative that has been taken care of in the society. Everybody has to give free education to a certain level and all should get education. So education can directly change the mental faculties of the individual in a different form. If the individual changes, and becoming a very problematic solution person, not a problematic person, a problem solution, or we can say that a critically thinker, or a very innovative thinker, or a creative personality. So hopefully all these problems which we are facing today in the matters related to the environment, matters related to the inequality, matters related to the, that means economic front, matters related to the digital front, that can be controlled and channelized in the effective manner. So many initiatives have been taken care of, and education is giving all this impact. That is why it is our responsibility to provide good education to everyone. The quality of education, which is the goal 4, that quality and equitable goal, every individual must be equal with everyone. No one is superior, no one is inferior. That is why it is our education is a compass. On the basis of that compass, we can navigate the complexities of the 21st century. Because this compass, education, if I will consider a compass, and 21st century need that we have to navigate through compass, how and which way our education system is to meet and provide good education in the 21st century. Because 21st century requirement totally different. But that is to be met out, that is to be provided, and that is to be well equipped, and that type of feelings and philosophy is to be thought of in different educational programs, as well as different curriculum and different practices for the betterment of the human life. So friends, that is why by empowering the principles and strategies outlined on the basis of this, we can collectively work towards a sustainable future where individuals, where communities and societies thrive in harmony with the environment, fostering a more just and equitable world for all. So we have to have a promise, we have to take a pledge that every individual is to be given. That means equilibrium. Every individual have to live in the society peacefully. So that type of feelings, if we can able to nurture in the minds of the young to the old, from the 3 years old to 23 or 25 years young or adult individual, then only we can maintain equilibrium and sustainability will be very happy. So friends, I have to stop it here because 1 hour, 5 minutes already over. I don't want to talk much. So I must be very much, let me give my special thanks to Atal Sahab, Atal Tripathi ji, because he has taken this initiative.
Atal Kumar.
Okay,
Mostly you say
okay. So anyway, so I must be thankful to your university, your director, your deans, your faculties, and our respected colleagues, those who are participating, how to have a sustainable development in future. So this sustainable development goal India is doing, whole world is doing. So we have to see that sustainable development is maintained in a very equilibrium manner. No nation is powerful than other nation. Everybody has to have equal. So education is one of the weapons on the basis of which all the societies live with harmony. Because if we are maintain harmony and mutual respect to each other, so only that is possible through education. So that weapon is to be sharpened, that weapon is to be applied in a proper form, not only through educational institution, not only in the teacher training program, it is in the heart of every individual that is to be taken care of. If we can able to understand that true education, if we can able to provide, if we can improve the faculties of the brain, problem solving ability and critical thinking ability, then hopefully all problems which we are facing may be reduced to some extent, so we can maintain a harmony and equilibrium in society. These are all related to the role of education for sustainable development for the future, or sustainable development goals in the society. So thank you very much to everyone for giving this opportunity, for giving my just simple ideas about that education role for sustainable development. Thank you very much to everyone.
Thank you very much, sir. Now it is the time for our participants to put some questions. If they are having any doubts regarding SAR's presentations. You are most welcome, participants. Please.
We know that we have to transform education for sustenance. So transformations of education is a must. So that transformation is reflected in the national education policy. How to teach, what to teach, why to teach, how to take care of education system, so that everyone will become a very, very reflective, judgmental, and changed persons in the society. That is why knowledge is essential, skill is essential, values is essential, attitudinal changes is essential. These four aspects, if we can able to get through education, so sustainable development is possible to have. Knowledge, skills, values, and attitude. That four things have to be changed on the basis of education. And every individual will get, direct or indirectly, all these things if that's a proper education and quality education it will be provided. And national education policy is providing, it is that means instrument through which we can provide quality education. That quality education can change the mindset of the individual. Once the mindset of the individual is changed and attitudinal changes is possible, so we can live harmony, we can live happily with harmony in the society. That is the need of the day. That is reflected in the National Education Policy 2020. I can say, if nobody is asking, I can continue for 5-7 minutes, or I can stop it here. Anybody wants to ask anything, most welcome. Otherwise, I will give thanks to everyone, because I could see many friends I know from the list. If I am looking, at least 70% friends I know.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mostly,
Sir?
most of the
Hello.
yes.
Please,
Hello,
please.
good afternoon.
Yes, madam, you can ask.
Sir, hello, good afternoon. Namaste, sir. The talk was very, very apt and very brief and crisp about the entire sustainability, and you have given entire picture. And I just wanted to share one thing. Now, recently, I have introduced one word saying that instead of cash, you take cash. KSH. Knowledge, skill, attitude, and human values. Instead of cash, CASH cash, I wanted them to take KSH cash.
Very
That is
good,
what
very
I-
good. It is a good, I have to note down, because that is it.
So-
Knowledge, I have already said knowledge, skills,
Attitude,
and values, and attitude.
yes, human values.
Yes, yes, not cash.
H is
Yes.
not cash, but cash. KSH cash.
Okay.
Thank you.
That is, even the humanity, that once a person has changed
Yes.
his or her attitude, humanity will be coming.
Yes.
Human feelings will be generated in the minds. So that can help us to maintain happiness with everyone.
Yes.
Not getting good money and getting happiness. How to maintain a good relationship with others, it matters a lot. That is
Yes.
why through education that is possible. That harmonious relationship is possible through education. If the students are engaged in the learning process, not one-sided track way of doing. Students have to be a part and parcel of learning process. That is why experiential learning, art integrated learning, sports integrated learning, or constructivist learning, activity-based learning, even reflective learning, all have to be introduced one way or the other in the educational institution to maintain sustainability in a very different manner. That is the need of the day. That NEP is directly saying to that, we have to have this type of approaches in the educational institution to change the mindset of the existing individual to become a reflective individual, judgmental individual, and creative individuals for sustainable development.
Thank you, madam.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, Narendra sir is there, I think, from.
I have already seen everybody's name, I have seen it. The chart I was
If
looking.
he wants to say something,
let
he is
him
most welcome. Narendra sir.
Okay. Tell something.
Sir,
Tell me something.
sir, fine, sir. Sir, with your blessing, everyone is fine, sir.
Now, I think nobody will ask anything about the sustainable development. This is the time to say say thanks to our resource person. What I observed from his presentations, sir has beautifully explained the concept of sustainable development. Even he has dealt with the issues associated with it, multidisciplinary approach and interdisciplinary approach to education, how to address profound challenges for sustainable development, different skills and abilities which we need in the current scenario to have this sustainable development. Even sir has focused on experiential learning, how to maintain sustainable lifestyle, sustainable development education, and why do we need this. Even we have a changing curriculum pattern to achieve the goal of sustainable development. How to work with the community participation program we have to initiate for making this goal to realize. Even sir has described about what sustainable initiatives taken at the government level like PDS, food security system, NHM, Ayushman Bharat, affordable and clean energy, Digital India campaign, National Social Assistance Program, direct benefit transfer, and responsible production and consumption, recycling process, sustainable waste management, Green India mission from during his presentations. So this is a nice presentation. Even I learned a lot because when I was a student, direct student of SAR during pre-PhD coursework and 2 years B.Ed program. So I again got the opportunity to listen to you, sir, and I was eagerly waiting to have this opportunity. So I am sincerely grateful to your exceptional contributions to the event. Your expertise and insights greatly enriched the experience of our attendees, and we are truly thankful for your valuable contributions, sir. Your captivating presentation demonstrated your deep knowledge of the subject and resonated strongly with our audience. The engaging manner in which you conveyed the key concepts left a lasting impression, what I feel personally, and we have received numerous positive comments when I go through the chat box from all the participants expressing their appreciation for your insights, sir. We understand the time and effort it takes to prepare and deliver such an impactful presentation, and we want you to know that your dedication did not go unnoticed. Your contribution was pivotal in making the event a success. Once again, thank you, sir, for sharing your expertise and significantly impacting our event. We look forward to the possibility of working together with you, sir, again in the future. Please let us know if there is anything we can do to support your future endeavors, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. All the best, and God bless you, each and every members, those who are participating in this program. And since you are the initiator on behalf of your university, I am very much grateful and thankful to all the university authorities, including your respected Vice Chancellor, Dean, Director, and everyone from the core of my heart. Thank you very much, because I have to join in another program after half an hour.
Sure, sir. Thank you very much
So
for
thank you very much.
giving your
God bless
extended
you.
go.
Thank you very
sir.
much.
Namaskar, sir. Namaskar.
Thank you. So let me leave. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
We have another technical session. Let me invite our second resource person of this second technical session. Sir, I think you are there, sir. Sir, namaskar. Sir, please unmute yourself.
Yes. Unmuting, sir.
The second technical session will be handled by Professor Bimal Charan Swai sir. He is my guide. Under guidance, active guidance, I have completed my PhD work from Utkal University. So I am very much grateful to you, sir. And what to say about sir, with my own experience, sir has a great experience in the academic field, and he is a figure in India. Throughout India, I think everyone knows him very well, those who are working in the field of education. So Professor Bimal Charan Swai holds master degree in history, along with a master degree in education, master of arts in education. In this degree, he has got gold medalist. He has completed MPhil degree in education and a PhD degree in education. He is a senior teacher educator, an author, and a research guide in the field of education. He is working as principal of Kavi Surya Upendra Bhanj College of Teacher Education, Bhanjanagar, Ganjam, Odisha, with an additional charge of the principal of Divakar Patnaik Institute of Advanced Studies in Education, Parampur, Ganjam, Odisha. He has more than 30 years of teaching and research experience. Professor Swai has published more than 130 papers in different national and international journals and edited books. He is the first author of the book Elements of Education, Teacher Education, Education of Scheduled Tribe Adolescents, Reaching the Unreached, the State of Differently Abled Learners, Peace Education, Higher Education in India, Policies and Programs, Philosophical Perspectives of Education, Sociological Perspectives of Education, Educational Management, Essentials of Educational Administration and National Education Policy 2020, Women Empowerment, Teaching and Learning during COVID-19 Pandemic, Social and Educational Problems of LGBTQ Community in India, Socio-Emotional and Educational Problems of Transgender Persons in India, and Education for Sustainable Development, published by Kumnal Books, New Delhi. Professor Swai has delivered lectures on different issues of education in different institutions of higher learning as an invited speaker. He has chaired and presented papers in more than 100 state, national and international seminars. Professor Swai has successfully guided 9 PhD scholars, out of which I am also one of them. 13 MPhil students and 35 MAd students for their dissertations. He is a member of SRC, Subject Research Committee, Departmental Research Committee in Education in Utkal University, Bhubaneswar, Barampur University, Barampur, Sri Ramchandra Bhanjdev University, Paripada, Netaji Subhash University, Jamshedpur, Jharkhand, and KIT University, Bhubaneswar. Professor Swai is a member of governing body in 3 colleges of hotel management under Utkal University of Culture, Bhubaneswar. He is a member of editorial board, advisory board in 10 national journals on education. Professor Swai is the PhD examiner in different universities of India. He is associated with academic activities of IGNOU, UGC Human Resource Development Center, SCRT, Board of Secondary Education Odisha, All Odisha Education Society, and All India Education Society. He is invited as an expert for discussion on educational issues in Doordarshan. He was awarded by Indian Prime Awards Organization as India Top 100 Authors in 2022. He was conferred with Powerful Personalities 2023 under Educationist category in India by Grantor X Media. He received International Education Award 2023 from World Charity Welfare Foundation. He was also awarded by different organizations because of his influential contribution in the field of education. Even I have the opportunity to work with the sir in different books sir has edited. Even in most of the books I am having chapters. What I know. So thank you, sir. So on the behalf of the Faculty Development Center of our university, that is Sri Devsuman Uttarakhand University, I welcome you, sir, to this online workshop. So over to you, sir. Now the session is all yours. Thank you, sir. Please.
Thank you very much, Dr. Atal Bihari Tripathi, my beloved scholar, for introducing me so nicely. Honorable Vice Chancellor of Devsuman University, Professor N.K. Joshi sir, Professor Rawat, Professor Anita Tomar, Director Faculty Development Center, Dr. Atal Bihari Tripathi, my research scholar and the Deputy Director of the Institute, Faculty Development Center, participants from different states of India and friends. I am really thankful to Dr. Atal Bihari Tripathi, my scholar, and other dignitaries of the university for giving me the opportunity to share some of my views on the topic sustainable development in conformity with NEP 2020 and role of education. Friends, Professor Panda has nicely delivered a lecture on sustainable development for about 1 hour. I think hardly anything is left to discuss. Still, I will discuss with you the role of education for sustainable development, highlighting the National Education Policy 2020. My dynamic, efficient, dedicated, and sincere research scholar, Dr. Atal Bihari Tripathi, has invited me to deliver the lesson. So I am really thankful and grateful to you, Dr. Tripathi. Thank you very much, friends. I am really grateful to all the dignitaries for inviting me here. My discussion will be about 1 hour. The topic will be divided into 3 different parts. First part of the topic will be on the concept of sustainable development, its features, and the particularly the Earth Summit of 1992, which was held in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, role of education, and what national policy suggests for achieving sustainable development. Friends, let me start from the report of the Brundtland Commission, Our Common Future, which was published in the year 1987. The title of the report is Our Common Future, and the chairman was Harlem Brundtland, who was the former honorable president of Norway. So in this particular report, the Brundtland Commission defines that sustainable development is development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their own needs. The concept has already been discussed by Professor Panda. So whenever we define sustainable development, whenever we are discussing about sustainable development, we'll have to meet the needs of the present generation without compromising the ability of the future generations. So friends, whenever we are talking of sustainable development, it is based on 3 fundamental pillars. There are 3 fundamental pillars in sustainable development. One is social, second one is economic, and third one is developmental. So whenever we are talking of the main features of sustainable development, the first feature is that sustainable development always improves the quality of human life. So first important thing whenever we are talking of sustainable development is that sustainable development always emphasizes and improves the quality of life of the human beings. Second thing is that it minimizes the depletion of natural resources. We have natural resources, air, water, etc. So this sustainable development minimizes the depletion of natural resources. It also teaches us to respect and care for all the life forms, whether they are human beings, they are plants, they are animals. So it teaches us to respect and care for all the life forms. It also checks the pollution levels, particularly of our environment. And the fifth thing is that making arrangements so that the future generations are able to meet their own needs. So we'll have to plan for the future and we'll have to look for the benefit of the future generations. So making arrangements so that the future generations are able to meet their own needs. Friends, if we come to again particularly on the report of the Earth Summit, the idea of sustainable development was also emphasized, strongly supported in the Earth Summit, which was held in the year 1992 in Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. So the Earth Summit formulated some of the basic guidelines. Whenever we are talking of sustainable development, there are certain guidelines which need to be followed, which need to be achieved. So the Earth Summit, which was held in the year 1992, it emphasized that first one is sustainable reduction of population growth rates. We know the population of India, and India is contributing about 17% of the world's population. So if China and India comes together, China and India, they are contributing about 35% of the world's population. So the policy, the Earth Summit suggests that sustainable reduction of population growth rate. Second one is the Earth Summit suggests that housing, healthcare and education for all the individuals and special emphasis for the poor people. So whenever we are talking of sustainable development, the Earth Summit suggests that we must provide housing to all the particular individuals of the country, all the individuals of the world, healthcare facility for all the individuals and education for all the individuals, and special emphasis must be given to the poor people.
Only
Third one is the
53,
policy,
यानी कि
the Earth Summit
52.
suggests that education and empowerment of women and particularly
अच्छा
for the rural
तो इसलिए
women.
थोड़ा सा कंसिडर
If we
तो करना
see
ही
the
पड़ेगा
statistics trends, we are always talking of women empowerment and sustainable development. Whenever we are talking of sustainable development, one of the important things we must see that are we able to empower the women of the world? Women are contributing particularly about more than 1 hour daily, particularly if we compare their contribution particularly relating to men. So if we see their contribution, you will see that they are contributing substantially for the development of the nation and development of the country. But if we see the world statistics, we will find that 15% of the landowners of the world are women and 18% are men. Here, we must emphasize here that we are talking of women, we are talking of women empowerment, and we are providing many facilities. But if you see the reality, you will find that only 15% landowners in the world are women and 85% are men. And all of you will also agree with it. If we see the bank balance or bank accounts, you will see that around 36% of the women population of the world, they have their own bank accounts in their name, and rest about 64% of the men population or men, they have land particular accounts, particular bank accounts in their name. So here we see the discrimination, here we see the disparity. So if we want to particularly able to achieve the goal of sustainable development, we will have to empower the women. And if we see the working hours, you will see that in the world statistics says that women work about 8 hours 39 minutes every day, and they generally, particularly if we see that they generally work 1 hour more in comparison to men. So you see they are working more than the men population or the male population. But if we see their bank account, we'll see that only 36% of the women, they have bank accounts in their name, and 15% of the landowners are only women. So we are talking of women empowerment, we are talking of particularly sustainable development. We are talking of education for sustainable development. We are talking of education can empower the women. All these things are possible, but practically, if we see the field that, so you will have to see the position of the women. What art somebody has suggested that we'll have to empower the women and particularly the rural women. If we see the literacy, we will also find that there is always discrimination, always disparity in the literacy level of the male population and the female population. If we see the statistics of the 2021 census, you will say that our literacy of the male literacy is around 84.7% and the female literacy is around 70.3%. So there is wide gap between the male and the female literacy level, particularly not only in India, in other parts of the world. So if we see the literacy levels, you will find that starting from 1951 census up to 2021 census, you see the statistics. If you analyze the statistics, there is always wide gap in the literacy level of the males and the females. There is wide gap in the literacy level of the male population and the female population of the rural areas and urban areas. If we see the scheduled tribe population also, you will find the literacy difference in the literacy level. So what the Earth Summit suggests that we will have to empower the women, and education is an important instrument for empowering the women. Afforestation in cities and rural areas, and also the policy suggests that use of non-renewable energy resources by industries and proper treatment of the waste. So all these things are very much essential if we are talking of sustainable development. So the Earth Summit also suggests that conservation of land, conservation of soil, water, forest, wildlife, fish and non-renewable resources by application of modern tools of science and technology. So we'll have to conserve our land, we'll have to conserve the soil, we'll have to conserve the water, forest, wildlife, fish, and we must particularly use non-renewable resources by application of modern science and technology. So we'll have to use resources, avoiding wasteful and excessive utilization. So we'll have to practically or minimally use the resources and a global and national strategy for eradication of poverty. So whenever we are talking of particularly sustainable development, so the Earth Summit suggests that a global and national strategy needs to be developed to eradicate poverty. So if we see the statistics, we will find that there are many populations, particularly in the world, who are not able to get 3 times meal per day. Let me give you the statistics. More than 1 billion people in the world are living in poverty. This is the world statistics. More than 1 billion people of the world are living in poverty. And another important fact is that 1 among 4 children, if we take 4 children of the world, you'll find that under the age of 5 years, you'll find that out of 4 children, out of 5 children, particularly 1 suffers from malnutrition. You see, if we take 5 children, you'll find that out of the 5 children, 1 child particularly suffers from malnutrition. Around another statistics, let me give you, whenever we are talking of sustainable development, and we will have to see particularly, are we able to particularly eradicate poverty? Are we able to particularly take sustainable, particularly management strategies? Are we able to control the size of the particular family? Are we able to educate the particularly members how to reduce the size of the particular population of the family and the population of the world? So another statistics is that around 2.9 million girls are married in sub-Saharan Africa and in Southeast Asia by the age of 15 years. You see that by the age of 15 years, which is not particularly suggested for marriage, but you will find the situation that around 2.9 million girls are married in sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia due to lack of only education. So if we want to achieve the goal of sustainable development, so we'll have to educate the people, and particularly government has suggested particularly the marriage age, particularly for the girls and the boys, and we'll have to look into that. Another important factor is that child birth rate. We'll have to see the birth rate of particularly 3.4 million births occur before the girls reach the age of 17 in South Africa and Southwest Asia. This the statistics, you friends, will find that 3.4 million births occur before the girls reach the age of 17. You see, 17 साल से पहले बच्चे पैदा करने कितना 3.4 million births occur before the girls reach the age of 17. And this is the statistic particularly sub-Saharan Africa and Southwest Asia. Another important feature is that there are many children who are not able to attend the schools. Friends, Article 45 of the Indian Constitution says that we will have to provide free and compulsory primary education to all children belonging to the age group of 6 to 14 within 10 years from the commencement of the Constitution. Constitution was framed and approved in the year 1950, and within 10 years means we will have to achieve the goal of universalization of elementary education by 1960. You see, after 50, near about 74 years have been particularly passed, and we have not been able to achieve the goal. And we know what are the reasons. There are many people who are not getting 3 times meal per day. Many children who are working, particularly in different sectors. So, if we see another important feature is that if we see that school attendance, you will find that 118.5 million girls and 125.5 million boys do not attend the schools worldwide. This is the world statistics. If we see the world statistics, you will find that 118.5 million girls and 125.5 million boys till date are not able to attend schools worldwide. So friends, if we see this disparity, you will find that there are disparity in the literacy level, there are disparity particularly in the poverty level, poverty index. If you will find that there are many people who possess adequate health, there are many people who are not able to get 3 times meal per day. So there are many disparities. So if we want to achieve the goal of sustainable development, we have 17 sustainable goals. Sustainable development goals were born at the United Nations Conference on Sustainable Development in Rio de Janeiro in 2012. So the objective was to produce a set of universal goals. These are called the global goals, or these are called the universal goals that meet the urgent environmental, political, and economic challenges facing our world. Our world is facing a number of problems, particularly in our country. So how education will be able to face all these challenges, control all these challenges, and will be able to achieve the goal of sustainable development. So education empowers. How can education particularly play? Education empowers the learners of all ages to make informed decisions and take individual and collective actions. So the role of education is to empower the learners. Are we able to empower all the learners? We are not able to empower all the learners. We are not able to provide quality education to all the learners. There are different problems which are existing in our educational institution, whether it is at the primary level or at the university level. We are not able to provide quality education to all the learners, but we are trying to do that. So education empowers learners of all ages to make informed decisions and take individual and collective actions to change society and care for the planet. So our planet is very important for all of us. So if we want to empower the learners, if we want to educate the people, not only the learners in the classroom, those who are outside the classroom, we'll have to educate them to protect our own planet. And lifelong learning process an integral part of the quality education. So whenever we are talking of quality education, quality is something which satisfies the needs of the customers. And our primary customers are our students. Teachers are also the customers of education. They are the stakeholders of education. Whenever we are talking of stakeholder, any person who directly or indirectly benefits from the system is called a stakeholder. So our primary stakeholder in the classroom is our students. Are we able to meet the needs of the students? I will say no. We are not always particularly able to meet the needs of the students. We have different categories of the learners. We have many students who are called gifted students. Let me give you some of the examples. There are around 10 to 15 children in the world whose IQ is more than 160. Their IQ is more than the IQ of Einstein. वर्ल्ड में 10-15 बच्चे हैं जिसका IQ, their IQ is more than the IQ of Einstein. Their IQ is more than 160. Are we able to meet the needs of those children? Are we able to meet the needs of disadvantaged groups of population? Are we able to meet the needs of all the girls? We have adequate facilities in the educational institution. Are we able to meet the needs of all the girls and the female employees of the institute? So there are many problems which need to be addressed, and education can play an important role, particularly in empowering the women. And if we are able to empower the population, empower the women, empower the disadvantaged groups of the population, and particularly other members of the society, so we'll be able to achieve the goal of sustainable development. So the national policy, if we focus on national policy, second part में मैं बोलूँगा इसके बारे में. So the national policy, which was formulated in the year 2021, we have already crossed 4 years. It aims at revamping and overhauling the whole education system in the country to ensure inclusive and equitable quality education. So we are talking of quality, not only education, we are talking of equitable education, we are talking of particularly inclusive education, and that education must be quality education, and that particularly we must be able to provide lifelong learning opportunities for all the population, all the children by 2030 agenda for sustainable development, which was adopted by India in 2015. So we'll have to achieve this goal, and the target is 2030. So is it possible to achieve the goal of sustainable development by 2030? So we have 17 sustainable goals, and we adopted it particularly in 2015. These are the UNESCO goals, sustainable development goals of the United Nations. So this sustainable development, one of the